Today we are going to be ranking the biggest lies told by men based on how likely it is that that sentence that's coming out of their mouth is a lie. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with many YouTube channels. So we are straying away from the typical S to F tier. We are going to be ranking this by, like, again, these are the sentences that come out of your man's mouth. Is it 100% a lie? Very likely cap? Eyebrow raise? Possibly a lie, or probably honest. I don't know what's going to be in the probably honest tier, and this is a couple things that I've thought about myself, and I also actually just went on Ask Reddit and Ask Men on Reddit and asked men what their typical lies were, and I also used ChatGPT to gather a good chunk of lies that men typically tell. Now, one more important thing to note is, of course, there is no 100% lie. Like, every once in a while, you'll have the guy that says something that's in the 100% lie category, and he's telling the truth, okay? So I know it's 100% a lie, but you get my point, okay? Let's start off with the I'm fine. Now, this would be the number one if we are ranking the lies that women tell, which that's a video that's going to be coming out fairly soon, by the way. We're also going to be touching on that, but for backlash purposes, we definitely have to get this video out first, okay? I'm fine. To most men, I would say, somebody clarified it in the comments. I can't remember the exact quote. Something like most men go through lives, live life through quiet desperation or something like that. Even like when you say hi to a guy and they're like, "Hey, how are you?" "I'm doing great. Everything's fine." Like, typically it is a lie. Like, but there also are a lot of happy people through the world. So I might move this, but I'm actually gonna put "I'm fine" at an eyebrow raise because it depends on the person. No matter what, you're gonna get like an "I'm fine" type thing. Let's continue on to I'm a male feminist. 100% a lie, okay? Guys, if you happen to be a woman watching this video, normal people go through life and they don't talk about being a male feminist, and normal people respect women. Normal people love women. But when you have those male feminist types, 100% of the time, they are just trying to get into your pants because they are incapable of doing it any other way. So they're hoping that they're going to get some nice guy points, which never works out for you. These are the types of people that you have to be most weary about. Yeah, you're right. Oh, it's going in front of him. No, but I don't know, man. Okay, no, yeah, I'm a male feminist. I don't know if we're going to beat that one. You're right is also in a 100%. It comes out so often being a lie. Very likely cap. That's what I'm going to put it. Because every once in a while, like, and it's very important to note, guys, I'm a married man. I talk about this in this channel. I'm not coming from, like, all of the lies that I say, okay? I have a very, very strong, healthy relationship. Yeah, you're right is something that a lot of us say. It's like, translation, maybe stop being a headache. That's probably it. If the argument doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. You're right is a very, very common lie. But there are times where, like, I'm talking with my wife. She says something. I'm like, oh, yeah, you're right. It's like we talk about, like, things with our child and stuff like that, you know. So, very likely cap, though, I will say. She's just a friend. This is also 100% of a lie. Fits into the same kind of category, right? Men and women cannot be friends. One is always interested in the other, and anybody who tells you that is dishonest. And I don't want to hear it in the comment section down below. Oh my god, I have this female friend, and I would never in a million years think about sleeping with her. Yes, you would. I'm not going to believe a thing that you say, you big liar, okay? Same kind of deal. I wouldn't sleep with blank. This comes from a conversation with your girl, with your wife, like, talking about, oh, do you think my friend's pretty? This type of stuff. Guys will sleep with anything. It is very likely cap, okay? We're going to put this right beneath the yeah, you're right now. Oh boy, just the tip. This is one of those things, and again, we got a bunch of these from Reddit too, guys, so that's a toughie, man. There are some inappropriate ones on here. I didn't come up with all these myself. You have to believe me, okay? We've heard some of these types of things before, man. Just the tip's gonna go possibly a lie, okay? Possibly a lie. Oops, wrong hole. These people, honestly, are scum of the earth, okay? I do believe that. But the problem is, I think that we've all, like, accidentally, like, you know, jabbed in the wrong spot, and it's an honest mistake, no damage done. But there are guys that you walk through life knowing that that's a strategy, going, oops, wrong hole, and hoping that their partner ends up enjoying it. works maybe 1% of the time. Either way, it is the most disgusting thing that you can do to somebody. That is SA. And I think that's like, I don't, maximum punishment isn't enough for something like that. You can damage somebody, and it literally is like, aside from damaging purposes, it's, I'm trying to avoid saying the word. It's horrible, okay? But I would say that it's probably honest, okay? Probably honest, because the guys who are strategizing with this, they're very, very low in numbers, okay? You have to understand, though, it's sometimes, it happens. It depends how... we're talking about this on YouTube, man. Depends how far it goes, whether you can make your judgment call, okay? This was one that got a ton of upvotes, guys. Of course I'm not annoyed that you want my food. I think this is one that we can all relate to, where you ask a girl if she wants something, and then they say no. Like, you go through McDonald's or something, no, I don't want any fries. You get your fries, and they start picking out of it. I know, like, this actually never comes out of your mouth, but it's the same idea. So, this is 100% a lie. I'm going to put this one... Oh, my God. It's gotta be... Yeah. Number 2, okay? I wasn't asleep. Unfortunately, this is a lie that I walk through life saying. I exhaust myself to a point with work, guys, where sometimes I talk to my wife in the morning, and then I find myself waking up to the, were you just sleeping? This is one that I live with. But it happens. Sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes you're tired. I'm going to put this one with an eyebrow raise, okay? That was good head. The problem is, like, there's very, very rarely bad head, okay? Strategy time. I don't know if I want to say this on YouTube, man. I'm a little uncomfortable recording this video, depending. Okay. Strategy time. This could be a strategic lie. Because if you go through life, no matter what, like, that was the best thing that's ever happened to me. That was the best head in the world, okay? Then you're going to give your, situation, your partner, the confidence needed to perform more and to perform better. We're going to go with possibly a lie, because I feel like that's a niche strategy. Possibly a lie. But maybe probably honest, actually. Because usually it is good, right? Yeah, I'm going to put it in probably honest, okay? I'm going to put it at the bottom. But this is a very, very strategic lie that you can tell, okay? It's very important to know, like, even in probably honest, this is a lie that men tell, okay? I slept with blank women. 100% of a lie. I'm going to put this one right behind I'm a male feminist, okay? The rule of 3 doesn't lie. Whatever number a guy tells you is the number that they're sleeping with, multiply that number, divide that number by 3, and then you get the real number. It's accurate 100% of the time. That doesn't make you look fat. I've actually never said this in my entire life. Because, like, my wife isn't fat, and my wife is the only relationship I've ever been in. I've had, like, we're talking about, like, this type of stuff. I've had encounters in my life, but my wife is the only serious relationship that I've had my entire life. I don't think I've ever said that because my wife isn't fat, and she doesn't ask that. But when it's said, I don't know. We're going to go with possibly a lie. We're going to go possibly a lie for this one. That doesn't make you look fat. Every once in a while it might, okay? Everything will be okay. Eyebrow raise. I think it's nicely in the middle. You just got to sit down. You got to give people the confidence. That's your job as a man, right? I'm going to put this one in eyebrow raise right in front of I wasn't asleep, okay? You're the only one I've felt this way about. Very likely cap. I'm actually going to put it right there. Right, you're the only one I felt this way about. What are you supposed to say? That's what you say to girls, okay? Because, yeah, I felt this before. How's that going to go for your relationship? Women, if you're watching this video, you cannot judge this, okay? That's not fair. Because what do you expect them to say? Yeah, you're okay, but I felt this way before. I'm over my ex. Okay, over and forgetting are different things. Because the guy, and I unfortunately can't relate to this because I've never broken up with anybody before. I've been very, very lucky with my relationships through life. it's very, very common knowledge that a lot of guys like hold on to their love and they never forget about that, but you still can be over it, okay? I'm going to put this one at like the bottom of an eyebrow raise, okay? You're the only one I'm talking to. Eyebrow raise. Eyebrow raise as well, because some guys are honest, some guys are not, but you got to be skeptical about this. I'm going to put this one right behind I'm fine, okay? I was working late. It sucks that people are in relationships where they have to say this lie. It sucks. I work with these people. Like, some people just like I know they're gonna go to a bar, or I know that they're gonna go even golfing. Like, the reason I mentioned golfing is because the season's just starting, and I've already heard it. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna tell my wife that I was working late. I think it's disrespectful. I think it's horrible, but this is a lie. But you also do work late a lot of times. I'm gonna put possibly a lie for this one. I'm gonna put this one at the bottom of possibly a lie. I don't watch corn. Yes, you do. Very 100% a lie. And I know that how hypocritical that sounds, because I'm very vocal about how against, adult content that I am. I truthfully do not watch any, but the vast majority, what are guys going to sit down and admit? Yeah, I'm a gooner, They're never going to admit that. I'm going to put this one at 100% a lie at the bottom of it, okay? You're perfect. No, you're not. Very likely cap. People aren't perfect, man. People aren't perfect. I'm going to put it at the bottom of very likely cap. I don't care how much you make. Also, very likely cap for that one. No man is comfortable with their woman making more money than them. That is just the reality of the world. Very, very likely cap. I'm going to put it actually right there, okay? I didn't enjoy it. This is a common lie that I've also seen a lot through my life, and it just makes me thankful. Very, very thankful that I can be honest with my wife. You know how... I'm not saying this, but, and you know how I joke around and say, well, I would never say such a thing, YouTube, okay? I mean it when I say it this time. I am not saying this because I don't live this, but a very, very common thing that people say or have to tell their wife or their partner, I didn't enjoy blank, whether they went out with their friends, whether they went out drinking, whether they went to a party, whatever the activity was. I know I just said drinking party, like I understand that is a dicey thing for women to get upset about. Sometimes it's understandable, but people are stuck in relationships where women get mad because the attention isn't on them. Again, this isn't my life. I'm not saying this, and I know I joke around on the channel by saying, YouTube, I would never suggest such a thing. I'm not suggesting that. A lot of men talk about this all of the time. How if their attention isn't on their partner, they're not at home, they're not spending every waking second with their partner, they make their life hell. So they have to say, well, I didn't even enjoy it. I didn't enjoy going out. This is the reality for a lot of people, and it just makes me very thankful for my wife again, because she means it when she says, go enjoy yourself, okay? So this is going to go in an eyebrow raise. I don't know how many people are living this life, but a lot of people are. I'm going to put this one right behind everything will be okay, okay? Your nails are nice. Yeah, very likely cap, because every once in a while, they'll have a little design where it's like, oh, you know what? That's kind of cool. But 99% of the time, I don't care about your nails. Nobody cares about your nails. Girls care about nails. I'm going to put this one. I'm going to put this one at the bottom of very likely cap. It's fine and I'm fine. Sorry, I didn't realize that there were two I'm fines here, but it's fine. I'm fine. Same deal. We're going to put it right next to each other. Yes, I'm listening. Eyebrow raise. Classic eyebrow raise for that one. Sometimes you listen, sometimes you don't. But the problem is, like, some stories that girls tell, man. The point of the story could be, hey, we need bananas and need to go grocery shopping. But then it'll like start with like, I woke up today and I got dressed and then I had to look for my favorite pair of socks. So guys tune that type of stuff out. They're looking for the point. Why did you tell me about your socks if the point being we need bananas, okay? That's just an example, but you get my point. This is going to be an eyebrow raise. I'm going to put this one. I'm going to put this one right behind it's fine, okay? I love you. I know it's sad. I know it's sad. But sometimes the girl says it. And you don't want to make things awkward because you really, really like the girl. You really like her. And if one person loves the other and the feeling isn't reciprocated, it's oftentimes the downfall of that relationship. I actually don't think that girls do this. I could be wrong about that. But I know that guys do this because they intend on loving the girl, but they don't love the girl. Or even if you want to look at into a more evil side of it. They don't love the girl. They're using her for her body, and they just say, I love you back. But it also exists in like a wholesome way where it's like, I really want to stay in this relationship. So they just kind of meet saying, I love you. I don't believe the I love you holds as much significance to men than it does to women. So this one, but I don't think this happens enough to be an eyebrow raise, but this definitely happens. So I'm going to put possibly a lie for this one. Possibly a lie at the top of possibly lie. I'll call you. Probably honest. Sometimes it's your way of ghosting people. But most of the time if a guy says he'll call you, it's probably honest, okay? We're going to put I'll call you at the bottom. It's probably like the least amount lied of everything, okay? Whatever lie required for activities. This was my own that I inserted here. And this is going to go into 100% a lie above the male feminist. If there is anything that you could possibly say to get a little bit of an inch closer to getting inside a girl's pants, and again, this isn't me, okay? This isn't me. I'm not outing myself here, okay? I'm just being honest about the world. Most men will lie. Most men will lie and use whatever it takes if like, you know, if coitus is on the table, then they will say whatever lie necessary, okay? I'm fine. Oh, we just went through that. So guys, this has been the official rankings for all of the lies that men tell to women. And believe me, we are going to be also doing the reverse. We're going to be taking a look at lies that women tell men. And I believe there might be a little bit of a bigger list. But for now, since that video is not out, why don't you check out this other tier list video that we made on the ways to get over a breakup. I would love to have you guys over there. Thank you so much for watching the video. Take care, everybody.